find online virtual worlds really fascinating. They're digital environments with 2D or 3D avatars that are often filled with thousands of people coexisting in a shared space. They contain contextual learning experiences, collaborative events, and provide an enriching, vibrant hub of activity. And because these worlds are naturally interactive and gamified, students find them engaging, and they're encouraged to use high-order cognitive skills in a dynamic and an ever-changing space. It's not dissimilar then from the world that students will soon be entering, where they need skills in critical thinking, leadership, communication, and creativity. They need to be resilient, be able to solve complex problems, be analytical in their approach to challenges, and have a level of emotional intelligence that enables them to navigate personal difficulties and thrive in a digital future. Up until recently, virtual worlds were largely labeled as video games and typically might fall under the umbrella term of massively multiplayer online video games, or MMOs. We're starting to see a shift in how virtual worlds are viewed by society, and smaller companies are jumping on the bandwagon to label anything that has a virtual aspect as the metaverse. Because in 2021, Facebook completely rebranded themselves as Meta. They invested $10 billion and are hiring 10,000 people as they attempt to pioneer what the metaverse will look like. Microsoft revealed their vision of the metaverse with Mesh in Microsoft Teams, and Google are developing their own technology so that virtual people look completely lifelike. But as so many people have commented, virtual worlds have existed for decades. MMOs have based their foundation on socialization, imparting knowledge and establishing a shared culture with millions of people. It's that intersection of culture and society that's crucial to their overall popularity. In these worlds, people navigate environments, join communities, and have complete autonomy over where they go and what they do. There's a common language that brings everyone together, and the worlds are often rich in lore and storytelling. There are also complex player-driven economies where players need to collect resources and items of value and sell them to other players. They then use these items to gain different items and sell them. It's a natural cycle. They buy and sell through marketplaces like a virtual eBay, and players manage their own money that they earn through collaborative activities. These worlds are microcosms of society that provide people with a sense of belonging and identity. There are games targeted at kids like Roblox, which has 30 million daily active players. In Roblox, kids create their own games that are then played by other people. They can provide feedback to each other and engage in this iterative design process. 20 years ago, I remember playing Habbo Hotel, which is a game where kids use furniture to build rooms, and these rooms could be visited by other people around the world. Players could work with other players, start businesses, and run large-scale events, and because it was a sandbox environment, it meant I had all these tools at my disposal, and it used to spark my imagination. Underneath the creativity and the design process that's embedded in MMOs, there's a social fabric that isn't easy to appreciate unless you're actively a part of it. There are, of course, potential problems with interactive and virtual worlds. They shouldn't replace face-to-face environments completely, and we have to monitor the negative impact it can have on an individual's physical and mental health. But like everything, it's all a balance. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to experience online worlds anymore, but if I think back to everything I learned when I did, it makes me reflect and think, well, what lessons can we take away from virtual worlds and apply in our regular classroom teaching practice? What lifelong skills are developed through MMOs, and how can they be developed as part of our pedagogy? Lastly, how can we ensure that virtual worlds have some place in learning? Because we know that the future of work and education is virtual. Schools need to adopt distributed leadership models so that educators feel empowered to lead and adopt change. And appropriate resources need to be placed in reimagining school-wide teaching and learning philosophies. I hope you have an amazing day. Be safe, be well, be kind, and I'll talk to you all soon.